You have an exam coming up. The book is open, your notes are right in front of you, but your brain feels completely offline. Every sentence feels heavier than it should. Every few minutes, your hand drifts toward your phone. And the more you try to force yourself to focus, the worse it gets. Here's the truth most people never hear. This isn't a motivation problem, and it's not because you're lazy. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do: avoid wasting energy. In the next minutes, I'll show you how to force yourself to study without relying on motivation, discipline, or hype. Not by pushing harder, but by making studying so easy that your brain stops resisting. Why studying feels impossible. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's total energy, which makes it extremely protective. When you look at a big chapter or long syllabus, your brain doesn't see learning, it sees energy loss. Studying requires your brain to understand new information, compare it to what you already know, and organize it into memory. Trying to do all three at the same time feels overwhelming, so your brain shuts things down. That "I don't feel like studying" feeling is simply your brain saying, "This looks expensive. Avoid it." The solution isn't finding motivation. The solution is lowering the effort your brain thinks studying requires. The low-effort ladder system. Most people try to study by starting with the hardest part right away, which is like trying to sprint up a mountain without warming up. Instead, you study in rungs. The first rung is zero pressure exposure. You're allowed to skim, skip, and move fast. You're not trying to memorize anything. You're just reading headings, looking at diagrams, or watching part of a lecture to get a rough idea of what the topic is about. You're not learning yet. You're building mental shelves. Once those shelves exist, learning becomes dramatically easier. And if you stop here, that still counts as progress. The 5-minute entry point. Before you officially start studying, make one promise to yourself. You'll do it for just 5 minutes, not an hour, not until it's done. Just 5 minutes. This works because of something called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain hates unfinished tasks. Once you start, your brain wants closure. During this phase, you take light notes, highlight only what feels obvious, and write simple questions like, "Why does this matter?" Or, "What does this connect to?" Most of the time, 5 minutes turns into 20. Not because you suddenly became motivated, but because starting removed resistance. Focus without multitasking. Multitasking feels productive, but research from Stanford shows it destroys focus and memory. Your brain isn't doing two things at once. It's switching rapidly, and every switch drains energy. Before each study session, remove distractions completely. Put your phone in another room, close every unnecessary tab, and work on one subject at a time. If a random thought pops up, something you need to remember or do later, write it down and return to studying immediately. This reassures your brain that nothing important is being ignored. Focus isn't willpower, it's environment design. Short sprints and real breaks. Your brain was never meant to focus for hours straight. Instead, study in short sprints, 20 to 30 minutes, then stop before you feel exhausted. When you take a break, make it a real one. Not scrolling, not messages, not short-form videos. Stand up, stretch, walk around, drink water, or stare out a window. These moments activate your brain's default mode where memory actually consolidates. Breaks aren't rewards for studying, they're part of the learning process itself. The mindset shift that locks it in. When studying feels hard, most people think, "I'm just bad at this." That's a fixed mindset, and it quietly kills motivation. Instead, reframe the struggle. Difficulty doesn't mean you're failing, it means your brain is building new pathways. Add one word to your self-talk. Yet, you're not bad at this. You don't understand it yet. Struggle isn't a sign to stop. It's evidence that learning is happening. So here's the system. Lower the effort, start tiny, protect your focus, and let action create motivation. You don't wait until you feel ready. You start, and readiness follows. Now tell me in the comments, which rung are you starting with today? And if you want more science-backed systems that actually work in real life, subscribe, because studying smarter will always beat forcing discipline.